So, today we will discuss the last topic of this chapter, which is transplant rejections. So, basically, in this, the vital organ of we have certain vital organs like liver, heart, or any other organ comes to dysfunctioning. Dysfunctioning of vital organs. So, for that purpose, we use these transplant rejections. Basically, we have two organisms that are involved in this. The first is donor, right, and the second is recipient. Right, basically the donor means who donates its organ, right, who donates organ, right, and the recipient, or you can say the person, the receiver, who basically receives the organ. Who receives the organ, right? Basically, these both are not identical. Both are not identical, right? Actually, the donor's cell appear to be foreign particles for the receiver. The donor's cells become foreign particles. Become foreign particle for the receiver, right? And basically our immune system is triggered in this. Immune system is triggered. Basically our B and T cells are triggered. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Let's discuss the role of role of T cells in the transplant rejection, right? Role of T cells in transplant rejections, right? Basically we know that the dendritic cells, right, we know what are dendritic cells. Basically the dendritic cells are present in the lymphatic tissues as well as in the vital organs, right? But when the donors dendritic cell enter into our body, they will obviously enter in the lymphatic tissues for the purpose of filtration and their vital organs as well. So there are present receivers APCs, antigen presenting cells, right? APCs. Here we on APC we have basically macrophages are present, right? So basically these macrophages engulf that dendritic cells, but these macrophages basically release interleukin 1, which basically activates T cells, right? And the T cells also do their proliferation. They do their proliferation, right? But these T cells also release interleukin 2, right? And this interleukin 2 basically activate the NK cells. This interleukin 2 activate NK cells, or you can say cytotoxic cells, and these cytotoxic cells will basically release this cytotoxic cell will basically release the chemical, and then they will release chemical and they will kill the donors cells, right? It will kill the donor cells. So this is how the T cells basically play an important role in the transplant rejections, right? And other cells, types of cell we have are basically known as B cells, B lymphocytes. Basically, we know that when the macrophage engulfs any particle, there is interleukin 1, and that interleukin 2 activates the T cells, and the T cells release interleukin 2. That interleukin 2 basically this interleukin 2 activates the B cells. And we know that we have two types of B cells, basically the plasma cells and the memory cells, right? And this plasma cells will basically create the antibodies, it will create the antibody, and this by creating the antibody, the killing mechanism of the donor cell will be the killing mechanism of this donor cell will be initiated, right? Okay, there is an important MCQs which I saw in the past papers, was that name a drug, or you can say a treatment by which we can prevent these transplant rejections, right? So basically there is you can say there is a substance which is produced by soil fungus, cyclosporins. Basically these are produced by soil fungus, and they help to basically prevent the transplant rejections, right? So I hope this is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section. We're very glad